Hey soccer fans, the Canadian Premier League's best team continues to dominate all challenges right here in Hamilton. This time, the four-time CPL champion Forge FC take on MLS side Toronto FC in the first leg of the 24 Canadian Championship semi-final on Wednesday, July 10th. Come support the local squad in a rivalry that dates back to the times when people traveled between the Hammer and Hogtown by horseback. There's a lot more than just bragging rights on the line in this one. For tickets, go to forgefc.ca/tickets or call 905-527-FORGE.
This is Forge Daily with Mackenzie Barwell on the Forge Audio Network.
Happy Canada Day. Now, I was really close to starting this episode off by singing the national anthem, or at least the beginning of it, and then I quickly learned that would not be a good idea. Welcome to today's episode. I am your host, Mackenzie Barwell, checking in on the 1st of July. I've got an exciting episode planned after a very exciting matchup. So today I'll recap that 4-3 loss to Atletico Ottawa. You'll hear from Achinioti-Jönsson and Noah Jensen after practice today, as well as some insight from Coach Bobby at the post-match press conference. So let's get right into it, beginning with the starting 11s we saw from either side on Friday. A traditional 4-4-2 look for this Atletico Ottawa side. Up top, they had Aboo Sissoko and Ruben Del Campo, now between what was a former Forge attacker and a player now with 6 goals on the season. Definitely a dangerous offensive unit for Ottawa. Looking at the Forge side, a traditional back line, we had Malik, Garv, Dom, and Alex. You might be wondering, though, where Daniel Para was. Now, the left back was actually pushed up to the center midfield alongside Noah Jensen. So, unsurprising considering the conversations he's been in regarding his natural offensive abilities as a defender. And credit to him, he definitely did his job in that role. First half action, just a minute and a half into this game, Atletico Ottawa go up 1-0. They had a free kick from distance, and it would be that former Forge attacker, Aboo Sissoko, to get on the end of it. He scored one time off what appeared to be a mini bicycle kick. So Ottawa gaining some momentum extremely early on in this game. However, it would be a pretty back and forth first half. Forge actually with 51% of the possession. I had to ask Noah Jensen what it was like seeing Aboo Sissoko on the other side of the pitch and, of course, having him score a minute and a half in.
Oh, I love Aboo, but for him to score against us sucked. It was like a dagger in the back, but yeah, like it was the first minute of the game and we just weren't organized off a set piece, which is like golden rule number 1 that you can't do in the first 5 minutes of a game. So if I was him, I would be more amped up to play this game than any other team on the schedule. So I know probably how much it meant to him, and probably a lot of good insight from him to their coaching staff and their team on how we play, which I think helps them, teaches them a little bit about what we're looking for. But yeah, he's a good player. Good for him that he scored a bicycle kick, but I still hate him for it.
Forge FC taking advantage of some early opportunities fresh into the second half. 2 goals actually scored within less than 8 minutes of each other. The first, a through ball from Noah Jensen finding Dav Choinière. Dav would cut it back with so much force that it actually deflected off an Atletico Ottawa defender for an own goal. So just like that, Forge are right back in it. The second, more involvement from Dav Choinière, but this time off a corner kick. He would find an open Alex Achinioti-Jönsson in the box who would head it in the top right corner of the net. So by around the 55th minute, Forge leading 2-1. I talked to Alex on scoring for the first time this season. Here's what he had to say on his goal.
Yeah, honestly, Dave got a good hit on that, and it came in with speed, that cross. I just put my head to it, and I saw the direction. I was like, oh, that's kind of perfect. So, yeah.
Ottawa head coach Carlos Gonzalez making some substitutions not long after for a more attacking look and a familiar situation. Ottawa with a free kick from distance. This time it would be Ollie Bassett to find Amir Didic in the box, who would bury a header and tie this game up 2-2. Eventually, though, the lead traded again. Ruben Del Campo finding his way to the penalty spot. He scores bottom left corner for his 6th of the season. At this point, 3 goals have been scored within 25 minutes. Poor defending, unfortunately, from Forge here. So now it's their turn to make some substitutions. Kyle Becker coming into the match for Noah Jensen. Forge FC getting everyone forward, doing everything they can to tie this game up, and it would be Kwesi Poku, who was described as the in-form striker on the broadcast, to put one away off a careless giveaway from an Ottawa midfielder in the 88th minute. Fast forward, though, to stoppage time. We're 3-3, but game not done yet. Lieberman Torres, the same guy who made that crucial error, is able to win an aerial battle off a cross ball into the box to win this match with just seconds left. So 4-3, final time, Atletico Ottawa. Let's now hear from Coach Bobby and his post-match reaction at the press conference.
Yeah, it's a wild match. You know, when you sit back and you look at it, obviously right now it's not something that you enjoy, but yeah, I had a little bit of everything. A lot of bad goals on both sides. But yeah, that's how football goes sometimes. Wasn't pretty. I thought, you know, for periods of the game we were good, but you know, you can't give up goals off set pieces like we did today in crucial moments. Yeah, I think we made some tactical adjustments and freeing up our right side a little bit more with a substitution from the bench, but also internally a little bit tactically on how we pushed Malcolm Duncan a little bit more forward and created some triangles on the right side. Yeah, and that gave us good momentum in that area of the field. We created opportunities. We obviously got the couple of goals, and then it got a little bit crazy after that.
Now, you may have seen this post I'm about to talk about from the CPL. They shared some stats after the match, one of which stood out to me in particular, and that was that this is the first time Forge have ever lost a CPL match in which they led. I had a chance, as I said, to talk to Alex and Noah after practice today, and I asked them what their overall thoughts were of the team's performance, but also what that stat says about this club.
Well, I think when we score 3 goals, we can lose a game, and I don't think we can concede the goals we're conceding on set pieces. I think it's too easy. So I think we need to just sharpen up, and we play a pretty decent game, but it's all in the details and the last effort of wanting to mark, wanting to put your body on the line. Like, we can't concede a goal in the 94th minute. We can't let him hit a cross without any pressure. So I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I think it's really tough to play Ottawa, especially away. You know, their fans are quite good to get into the game. And it really shifts the momentum of the game. Like, when Ottawa scored early on, it was tough for us to really get back into a rhythm. But it's also a testament to Ottawa being a quality team. You know, their coach definitely takes a good amount of time preparing their team on how to play against us. Because if you watch them week in, week out, they don't play the same style that they do against us, and I think that kind of bodes well for them. They match up well against us, but you know, at the end of the day, I think it's a team that will be playing later on in the season, and we'll get it right then. That's all that matters.
I don't know. I don't try to look at that stuff too much, but obviously it shows that we're good when we score goals. We're good holding on to leads most of the times. I'm guessing we got a couple of ties in there either way. No, I think it's just who we are, and when we score goals, we're tough to win against, obviously. So yeah.
Well, I mean, even at 2-1 in the game, I didn't think that there was a chance we were ever going to lose. And I imagine that's the mentality everyone has had for the past 5 years that this club has been around. We know we're a good enough team to score goals whenever we want to, but in the past we've been a lot better defensively, and I think that's something that we need to adjust to this year, taking a little bit more pride in not conceding goals, because that's something that we've always done, and we just need to pick it up a little bit.
So only 1 goal in that first half, but 6 more in the second 45, the first of which was Forge right out the gate. So both Alex and Noah also shared what the conversations were at halftime that led to such a competitive and high-scoring second half.
Well, it was kind of, we conceded so early in the game, so we knew it was just 1 goal away, and then we got a great start to the half, which is kind of what we needed and wanted. We knew they didn't threaten us that much, really. It was that set piece in the beginning, and then after that, I think we controlled pretty much of the game. So I think we just said to have patience, and we're gonna get there. We're gonna get to the chances. We just gotta be clinical when we get there.
Yeah, I mean, the first half, we had a decent amount of the ball, but we weren't really doing much with it. And at halftime, you know, we talked amongst ourselves that we need to put more energy into the game, and we need to play a little bit more on the front foot. And I mean, we did that. We came out and scored within the first 2 minutes, and then scored again within 10 minutes. So we did a good job to get ourselves back in the game, but we gave them too many gifts, and you can't do that against a good team. Ottawa made us pay, and we should have got a result out of the game, still at least a point, but they won it at the end. Obviously, it sucks to lose points like that, but it was our own doing. You know, we paid the consequences for the mistakes that we made.
Definitely some similar sentiments shared among Alex, Noah, and Coach Bobby. I'll have a chance to talk to Coach Bobby more in detail tomorrow on Behind the Beard, so feel free to tune into that. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your long weekend. That will conclude today's episode. Thank you so much for listening, and stick around if you want to hear Noah Jensen's plans for later on tonight.
This has been Forge Daily with Mackenzie Barwell. If you like what you heard, please like, follow, subscribe, comment, and share.
Do you have any Canada Day plans?
Yeah, fireworks, Bayfront Park, 10 p.m.
Be there.
I'm the biggest promoter for Bayfront Park, so yeah, be there, be square.
10 p.m.?
Apparently it's really good, so I have high expectations. And you know what else it was packed for? The solar eclipse.
Oh my god.
So I just know, that's my expectation. There was at least 10,000 people there for the eclipse.
Are you serious?
To God, I swear to God.
Everybody reach for free signatures and photos with Noah Jensen.
Yeah, I'll be there signing autographs, kissing babies.